and welcome to another edition of Minute of the Apes, the podcast that occurs daily in which we break down every minute of the Planet of the Apes movie 1 minute at a time, with every detail and every pontification on seeking out something better in the universe. I'm your host, Todd, and on the other end is Sean.
Sean, hello.
And I almost ran out of air there, so if that sounded funny when I said I'm your host, Todd, that's, you think that you breathed enough and you get to that end and you're going to make it, but...
So wait, when you get older, you actually forget to breathe? Is that what you're telling me?
You don't breathe. You
okay.
Get one breath a day and you just sort of...
Stretch it out. Okay.
So, we are on to minute 22 through 23. It opens with three astronauts acting as milkweed farmers and ends with them walking by another milkweed that they were seeking out, but now they're seemingly unimpressed by that milkweed.
Yeah. All right, so we still got three living humans, one dead human, the breeder, and no apes, and a dug-up plant.
So, we've got the breeder. Taylor's the seeker. What are and Dodge is Eagle Eye. What is Landon?
Tiger.
Oh, that's right. He is Tiger. Okay,
Tiger.
Good. We have to have those names for everybody.
All right. So I just noticed something. They've been asleep for centuries. Their pod, I'm assuming, malfunctioned. That's why they've got the beard growth, because nobody had beards before. And whenever Taylor was looking at them when they were sleeping before he put himself to sleep. But their nails are impeccably manicured. They're not grown at all. Nothing happened there. What is going on? I'm so confused.
Well, wouldn't they also have space bad breath? Don't they need to get a toothbrush or pick up a milkweed and brush your teeth with it?
A little space kitty breath.
So, because I jumped ahead in the last minute, I'm going to go to what bothered me the most about this whole milkweed moment. And that's that they all lift this thing in unison.
Oh, yes, they all cradle it so gently while they stand up, all three together, 6 hands to pick up one plant.
It's almost like a tribute. We're humans at this point enamored. We don't hear it, but are they enamored by vegetation?
According to Dodge, where there's one, there's another and another. So I don't know why there's
another. Three and another's.
But I'm assuming Dodge has never heard of extinction before, where there's one, there's no more. So let's dig up the one plant that we found and potentially kill all life on this planet.
Well, and then what I love too is in that moment, so Dodge does his, where there's one, there's another, and another, and another, and Taylor replies, let's find them. Shouldn't their response be, where there's life, there's water?
Yeah, that's true. Well, we're assuming this life needs water.
Well, if we're going to go along the conventions of what we understand that these people would understand, and what they need is water.
True. Well, of course, they left the only water that they've known so far, the big, huge lake.
Well, you only want a swimming pool for so long. If you want better real estate, you got to venture out for it. So. But go ahead.
Taylor, who is the cigar aficionado connoisseur, as soon as he finds this plant, he just tosses that cigar away.
He does, and this gets back to my point in the previous minute. Not only does he toss his cigar away, which I guess now he figures he finds milkweed that he can roll his own cigars. I don't know. But Dodge, our biologist, does nothing with this plant. He doesn't take it. He doesn't clip a sample to put it in a vial so that if they ever find their way back to Earth or whatever, they can say, look at this vegetation I found.
I mean, yeah, Taylor just has it in hand and just marching off with it.
Yeah, maybe he has a secret love on the horizon he wants to take some flowers to.
I'm assuming they've never heard of the principle of take nothing but pictures and leave nothing but footprints. They're just tossing garbage any chance they get. They got a ship that crashed over there. They're ripping up plants.
Have I never told you as my friend how much I love how you come up with the little sayings like that out of the blue? We didn't pre-discuss that. I have to dig for my film production notes, and you just come up with that stuff on the fly. I love it.
Oh, that was from my many years of being a Boy Scout.
Ugh, I never did the Boy Scout thing. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I would be the Taylor because I'm not a Boy Scout, and I just pick up the damn plant and march with it.
There you go.
But
go ahead. And Dodge didn't have very good totem chip skills when he's gotten his knife stabbing into the ground while everybody else is digging up too.
Well, he eventually kind of gets the damn moment, and he puts the knife away and starts digging in there too.
Yeah. What am I, an animal digging with my hands?
I don't know anything about vegetation in a desert form, but root balls, don't they usually kind of clump together in the dirt? Because this thing is barely
By
in the
itself.
dirt.
Yeah, by itself, just sitting there. They barely have to dig it up. There's no problem.
Right.
The root system is very weak.
And going back to the whole thing that I went on a little vacation trip to NASA, even with those rock samples, they still talk about at NASA. They have a whole makeup of the labs where they broke them down and how careful they were because they didn't know what the samples might contain. And they isolated things. The girls that were with me they were all floored by this kind of presentation. ANSA would not be that way. They would simply dig that up with your hands, bring it back. Basically rub it all over your face, all over your body. We don't care. Just go for it.
Smoking all around it.
Yep.
At the 2235 point, while they're looking for more plants, like they dug up, the sun again looks like it's setting. So I'm again getting confused on the time frame of how long they've been walking. But why aren't they losing their mind all over the rest of these plants that they've seen? They've dug up one because they all worshipped at the plant digging it up, and now the rest of them they don't give a shit about.
Well, and that's that one shot, and it's a great shot too. That where they're coming across the desert plain, and the camera's kind of slowly tracking to the right, and in the foreground we see another version of that very same milkweed. Now, Dodge before saw that little itty bitty plant at the top of a hill. Maybe he just doesn't see this one.
Maybe. I don't know.
But it does seem odd.
I want to know what they did with the plant that they dug up, because it looks like nobody's got it anymore. Did they just toss it?
Well, maybe that's the same plant. Maybe they planted it.
Oh, yeah. Maybe. I mean, yeah, because, they just hoof right past it. Don't even give it a second glance.
And so going back to your idea of the sunset, once again, we get another lens flare right there. I like this idea of the passage of time not being, we don't have to hear Skipper going and saying another day has gone. But at least it's visually showing us that there's a passage of time. But these astronauts now have a purpose. They're looking for more life, but they ignore that purpose, and that's the frustration in this.
I mean, the only reason I want to know how much time has been going on, because they set it up, earlier, saying we've got 3 days of food and water, and we keep on seeing sun, what looks like setting and rising. So to me, it looks like they've been there at least 2 days.
At least, I for some reason I had in there that it had been 3, so there may have been an extra sunset, because there were in earlier minutes it seemed like, and we talked about this, with shots that kind of flipped between a setting sun to a sun high in the sky to a setting sun.
Yeah,
it is rather confusing when you get down to that.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't understand their casual disregard for life. ANSA has not taught them well.
Well, they aren't exactly the budget astronauts, so they're not exactly the best trained. Once again, maybe ANSA knew Taylor. Maybe they knew Taylor was an ass and they wanted him off the Earth, and so they put him out there. Maybe this was the reject ship.
Well, I have to tell you, they are the 3 best trained astronauts alive right now.
Okay, there's always a way of looking at it, and that's Taylor's way of looking at the world.
You got it, Tiger.
Have you got anything else?
No, that does it for me.
Same here. So that brings us to the end of another minute. And as always, please, please, please go check us out on our website, which is MinutOfTheApes.com, where you will find all kinds of details about Sean and myself, as well as links to all of our social media, as well as our email address, which is podcast@MinutOfTheApes.com. So, for Minute of the Apes, I'm Todd, and on the other end is Sean.
Hey, bye.
We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.